guys! Welcome to my security blanket fort. It's Bad Romance Week here at the YARebels, and it's my turn to weigh in. Before I get started on this week's topic, I just want to make a quick correction to my introductory post. I don't know if it was the excitement or the fact that I was nervous out of my mind, or the fact that it was my 23rd take, but I forgot to tell you that I am represented by the absolutely inspiring Amy Tipton of Signature Literary Agency. And I basically banged my head against a wall for 3 days straight after posting that because I felt so bad about forgetting somebody so important to me. Moving on to Bad Romance Week, I want to talk a little bit about the balance between attraction and repulsion in bad romance, in young adult books that deal with bad romance, I should say. So, I have made a little diagram. This is this little spectrum that I devised here with my dark chocolate raisinets and my stapler and a photo holder. To generalize completely here, my main character is going to be a girl, my love interest is going to be a boy. Obviously I realize that's not always the way it goes, but just for the purpose of my diagram here, that's how it's going to be. Quick note, in my opinion, circumstances that force characters apart cause more extreme attraction. So I'm not going to be talking about circumstances that repel characters, I'm going to be talking about character traits that repel characters. In romance, traditionally, the love interest has some unattractive qualities. Maybe he's arrogant, maybe he's evil, maybe he kind of wants to kill you, whatever they are, there are characteristics that force the main character and the love interest apart. Character traits that make the main character and the love interest waver or move back and forth on this little attraction-repulsion spectrum, repulsion being out here, attraction being right here. This is where you get the really volatile relationships. If characters get too close, then it's kind of a good romance. There's attraction on both sides, and we don't really deal with this area, so we don't really care about that right there. If characters get too far away, if they're too repulsed by each other, more specifically the main character is too repulsed by the love interest, we don't really care about that either. They're so far out that it's just going to be hard to buy any attraction if they fall off this grid completely. So what interests us as readers generally are the zones between here. So when they're moving back and forth on this attraction-repulsion spectrum. And in a really good example of bad romance, it's going to be a volatile relationship, and that there is going to be a lot of movement, there's going to be torn emotions. Closer to the edge that the love interest plays it, the more gripping generally, the more interesting, because he's just about to fall off or he's just about to go over the edge, and yet something is always bringing him back from it. Sometimes, this push and pull is really important, and sometimes it gets lost if the readers don't understand the push and pull. So if the main character is narrating the story, if it's first person, for instance, and they're narrating it, and they say, oh, he's so awful, he's so repulsive, and he's moving like backwards in our minds across the spectrum, and then all of a sudden she's like, I love him, and he jumps to here. It doesn't make much sense. We need to understand, generally, as readers, why this right here is happening in order to fully appreciate it. Anyway, it's my little grid to talk a little bit about attraction or repulsion. Up next is Leah Clifford tomorrow, and she's going to tackle another aspect of bad romance. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.